this is like the first time in probably maybe 15 years where we've had a kind of a cloudy, overcast Thanksgiving. So I'm thankful for that. I'm grateful for that. Anyway, so here we go. The first part of this little video is really meant to be, Jay, this is for you, buddy, an entry into Jay's contest, the close call contest, okay? Even I just saw another video by Jay today, and he was talking about close calls, and there could be other close calls, like some kid put their feet against the back door of a car, I guess, and swung it out, and if Jay's car had been just a little bit closer, the kid would have just crunched the side of his car. No wonder Jay doesn't like kids. That's not true. Jay loves children. Well done. A little bit of parsnips and carrots and potatoes, roasted with them. And parsley. Delicious. Also, that rub. You got to get that special marinade for them, too. And when you... Oh, man. And there's a special technique for cooking children. It's just out of this world. Okay. I guess I shouldn't say that. People... In this day and age, even though most people probably, hopefully know that I'm just trying to be humorous, I think a lot of people have lost a real sense of humor. But we won't go there. We won't go there. Okay, I'm heading down the river again, Highway 160, using my iPhone 4S. I think I get a pretty good, clear picture, whereas before I didn't on the other iPhone. Okay, so here's my entry into your contest, the close call contest, okay? When I was growing up, I wasn't always what you would consider a good boy. I wasn't ready for reform school or juvenile hall, but I tell people this, and they kind of can see it if they know me a little bit, and some people just kind of go, whatever. But I was kind of like Dennis the Menace when I was growing up. That's the best way to put it. Who was Dennis the Menace? He was like the little neighborhood kid who was kind of a terrorist. I mean, he was always getting into trouble, not selling drugs or running guns, that kind of a thing. But he was the kid who maybe, shoot a slingshot through your window, or maybe tie cans to a cat's tail, or maybe spike your tires or something like that. Well, that spiking tires, that's a little bit more deliberate. But just things that he would do that would just, maybe be playing softball and he'd crack one right through your plate glass window by accident, So I was that kind of a kid to some extent, but just a little bit, if you tweak that up a little bit more, that was kind of, you had me. Because I was impish. I liked to play jokes on people. Still do. Uh-oh. What do we got up here? Anyway. So, I had a paper route when I was a kid. Probably a lot of you guys out there know what I'm talking about. Child slave labor. That was a wonderful thing. I had a paper route with the Sacramento Bee, and that meant I would get up early in the morning. Sometimes, there were a few times I actually waited until the wee small hours for the paper route guys to deliver the stack of papers so I could roll them up and then take them on my paper route. So anyway, so one morning we had a neighbor kid who lived in this apartment complex. And he and I were kind of, I don't know if you would say we were friends, but we were kind of kids that would hang out together. I guess that would be what I would say. And he was probably a little bit more on the naughty side than I was. And in fact, I think we had kind of some words one day, whether he was making fun of my paper route bag or, making fun of me because of my short haircut. He used to have these are the super short haircuts. I look like an egg Everybody used to call me Egghead because I have a little prominently pointed head with fuzz on top. My mom we couldn't afford real haircuts, so she got these clippers. So I can't remember what he was doing, but I remember he made fun of me, and I was kind of, I didn't like that. Well, the close call comes when one morning, actually it's one afternoon, I had learned when you're a kid that doesn't have a lot of money, you kind of learn how to entertain yourself. And somebody had showed me how to make cheap firecrackers using little caps, little cap gun caps. We used to have these little metal cap guns, and you put a little roll of caps in there. They were red, and they looked like little red welts. You know, they were little center caps, and they were perforated. And so as you pulled the trigger back, it would roll a cap right into the little anvil hammer mechanism that would make the hammer fall on the powder of cap, little cap powder, and it would go crack. You know, it would explode. It was gunpowder, or I guess it was some kind of a. Yeah, I guess so. I guess it was gunpowder, actually. So, somebody had showed me how to make a firecracker using an accordion method. You take a little straight pin, and you would put the little caps, and you'd fold them over each, you know, and like a little accordion, until they were all stacked on top of each other. So the little center caps were all in line. So, you know, they were all in contact. And then you'd tape it all up, put a little match fuse to it, light it with boom! You know, it'd be really loud. It'd be a real loud bang. Well, this kid, who I didn't like, lived in the apartment complex on my paper route on the way back home one Sunday morning. I noticed that his bedroom window was opened. You know, the little crack in the window, about yay big. And I thought, hey, I know what I'll do. I will put one of these caps in that window, these firecracker things, and I'll light it and I'll run away. And it'll scare him. And I was probably maybe 10 years old when I did this. Maybe 9. No, I take that back, because that's too young. I was probably like 11 or 12. I take that back. I was about 12. And so anyway, I lit this, I took this little thing and I put it inside his window, and I lit it, and I scurried up the little embankment that led down to the apartment complex, and kind of went down the road, and I listened for the bang. Well, I didn't quite hear the bang. It should have gone off. At least I thought it should have gone off. Well, what happened, after about 3 or 4 minutes, I said, man, there's something kind of wrong here. And sure enough, when I went back to see what was going on, there was black smoke coming out of that bedroom window. And what had happened was it had gone off, but the sound went inside, and the little caps, again, they were folded over each other. What I had just barely glanced and remembered in my memory was that there was a basket of clothes right underneath that window. And I think you know where that goes. So when the caps exploded and unfolded, there was enough spark still left in the little paper that touched off the basket of clothes on fire. And the basket of clothes caught fire, and the apartment caught fire, or the apartment bedroom caught fire. Man, I'll tell you what, I honestly thought my life was over. I thought I was going to be going to prison for the rest of my life. Actually, I did wind up in prison as a chaplain years later. But anyway, I was horrified by my actions. And I remember running home. I didn't know what to do. I felt like maybe I might have fried some of those kids, or maybe they were in bed asleep, and maybe they'll burn to death. Oh, I mean, all these horrible things that I thought I did. Well, anyway, the good news was I told my mom what I had done. She told me, you need to basically take off your paper route close and go turn yourself in. Go turn myself in. Well, what I did was I did exactly that. And I went there. There was a fire truck there. I noticed, police car. And to my relief, the apartment itself had not really caught on fire and burned down. What I found out later was that the apartment bedroom got some smoke damage. Come on, folks. You want to go around me, go around me. See how nice I am? I let these old people go around me. So, I went in there, I had my hands up like this to the police officer saying, "Officer, I'm guilty. Take me in," you know, that, or something like that. I'm responsible. And I remember the guy hanging over the rail, looking down at me. "You started this fire?" I said, "Yes, officer, I sure did. I didn't mean to, though." And all I know is he scolded me, and but he wasn't really super mean about it. It was like, "Well, now you don't know what happens when you're responsible with matches and fire, don't you?" I said, "Yes, officer, I sure do." And he goes, "Where do you live?" And I told him, he goes, "Well, just go home." And I thought, oh, they're coming for me later, you know, paddy wagon and all that stuff, you know, SWAT team. But it never came to that. So that was the end of that. And I mean, people knew who I was. So for some reason, obviously they didn't prosecute me. They didn't, you know, make me go answer any questions. I guess they just kind of left it to homeowners insurance to...
15 by Johannes Brahms. That's the pianist John O'Connor. Here on your
you know, anyway, so that's my entry, Jay, into your contest, buddy. My close call.
How do you get your
with the law.
Really excel at?
You know, it scared the bejeebers out of me. That's all I'm going to say. I really got a really sobering experience by doing that. And needless to say, I didn't play with matches or. The closest I get to that is now Matches 860, and that's it. So I'm a reformed kid now, honest. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and you guys take care. And again, I hope you're having a happy Thanksgiving and a happy holidays to all of you all. We're going to be making more videos probably in December if I can get around to it. But if I don't, well, let this be my holiday greetings to you for now. Okay? Holy Smoking Pipe Padre saying, light up your world, light up your pipe. Thanks for watching.
For schedule of events, you can visit NevadaCountyArts.org.